Damn, ShawtyKIng making a video, nigga? Mind blown. Hey, what them games do? What the business is? You already know it's your country king, folks. ShawtyKING, the king with the gangs and all that good shit like that there, buddy. And I think your boy got the power back. I think I got the power back. And we back up in this bitch, man, with another video game, tech success and all that good shit. Street nerd culture cultivated, doing it the right way, the long way, that way. Anyway, I can conceivably do it. I'm doing it that way. But anyway, hey, welcome back to the channel, man. I appreciate y'all guys sticking in with your boy, being so patient. But as you can see, I finally got me a little video set up. So I guess we could kind of say this is my first vlog style video, not shot off a webcam. So round of applause to everybody involved. You know what I'm saying? Tell your bitch to keep her draws. Cause, you know. Anyway, enough of all that. You can see that today we're here to talk about Mario Tennis Aces, the online beta demo tournament gameplay. And I'm finna give you my impressions, what I thought about the game, what I liked, what I didn't like, and all that rigmarole. You know how I go, man. It is just YouTube, baby. So don't get me world back in the motherfucking building. Yeah, let's get to it. All right, so Mario Tennis Aces. What does Shawty think about Mario Tennis Aces? I guess I'll start off by saying that overall, I enjoyed the game, man. I think it's colorful, lush, vibrant. It feels great to play. It has that typical Nintendo flagship title, you know, je ne sais quoi, if you will. I mean, everything is on point like it always is with a Nintendo game. But being that this was my first Mario Tennis game, I didn't know what to expect. Now, I have played plenty of tennis video games in the past. Most of them were the Virtual Tennis series, which is by far one of my favorites. Shout out to Sega, man. I need to bring that shit back for the current generation and all that good stuff. I know Mario Tennis has been around for a while. I just never saw fit to jump into it. It was never like a game I was looking forward to. Like, hey, bitch, I gotta go caught that new Mario Tennis wherever it's at. That just when your boy shouted. But after I saw the trailer at one of the earlier Nintendo Directs this year, where they first announced the game, I just thought the shit looked the fucking amazing, man. I just fell in love like instantaneously, you know what I'm saying? Like big hearts came out my chest just from the full, like the visual fidelity, like the fact that they have like that fully featured single player mode that's going to be put into the game on the final release, and I believe it's dropping on June 22nd if I'm not mistaken, so that's later this month, right after E3. I guess I just thought overall that it just seemed like a kind of game that would be right up my alley, especially being that I could play it anywhere on my motherfucking Nintendo Switch. Unfortunately, it was just the online tournament beta demo, so there wasn't any single player content really in the game. You could, of course, play against the computer, but that was basic as hell. It really wasn't a challenge at all. But the challenge did come in a competitive mode, but I get back into that later. What's the game in general, man? It is just a Mario Tennis game. If you've never played one before, it follows a typical tennis gameplay rules with a whole bunch of Nintendo arcade flair. So I guess think of it like Mario Kart. How Mario Kart is the racing, but this is Mario's take on tennis. That's probably the easiest way I can explain it. You have, like I said, your typical tennis maneuvers. You know, you have your top spin, you know, you have your power serve, and you know, you have your lobs and your rallies and your volleys and your ins and your outs and all that good stuff. I mean, the typical tennis fare, but then it's turned up a notch, of course, by Nintendo, using that Nintendo, you know, magical dust that they like to sprinkle on shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, Pixie does, just don't snort it. You know what I'm saying? Put it in your console and play that shit. Like I said, it's typical tennis fare, just spruced up with a whole bunch of Nintendo juice, right? So to start off with, of course, you got your favorite cast of characters. I don't know how many characters are going to be in the game, but it covers the typical gamut of the Mario cast. You know, of course, Mario, Peach, what's her name? Rosalina, Waluigi, Yoshi, yeah, you know, I fuck with Yoshi. That's my nigga, man. I gotta give me one of them Yoshi plushes. Don't judge me. Outside of that, there's also different little flavors thrown in there to make it, you know, more arcade, more video gamey. So you have a power meter. every time you go for a shot, you want to try to charge up your shots before you hit them. That increases your power meter, and of course your power meter allows you to do special moves such as you can do a zone star shot or maybe star zone shot. I don't remember the exact nomenclature, but basically what that does is kind of like the hot spot in NBA Jam, you know, where as long as you shot from the hot spot, baby, it was in there, baby, it was nothing but net. So basically the zone star shot, what it allows you to do is do a powered up shot. You can aim it anywhere. You can use the gyroscope on the controller. Don't use the gyroscope on the controller. And you can either target your opponent directly, like you hit the motherfucker with the ball if you want to, or you can just try to aim it away from him, and the ball will go so fast and so hard if your opponent doesn't have a meter themselves to burn or a plan of attack, then you can pretty much get a point. The double back on the hitting your opponent, basically if you hit your opponent and they try to stop the ball with their racket, if they don't time it right, then you can cause damage to their racket. That's just the first level. Now, everybody's racket, I believe, has 3 bars of health, so if you were able to do that 3 times, then what you would do is break the racket. And so far in the online beta demo, you only had 2 rackets per match, so if you got your racket broken twice, then it was just pretty much a full KO. You know what I'm saying? Mama said knock you out. You know what I'm saying? You done it, folks. You also have what they call zone speed, and basically what that does is just gives you the ability to slow down time, and it burns through a hellified amount of meters. So you better make sure you're ready to go zone speed. You only want to use that when you absolutely need to, but it'll pretty much allow you to slow down time to the point where you can get to the ball anywhere it's at on the court. So if you're on one side and your opponent knocks the ball to the other side, then you definitely have a chance with zone control, with zone speed, to get that motherfucking ball back in play. Last but not least, if you get a full super meter, yes, that's right, a full on fire super meter, then what you can do is enact your special super move. Basically, it's just a hit. There's nothing really inherently special about any one character's super move. It's just a unique animation for each character, and then from that point on, you'll hit the ball so hard either the opponent can try to block it, which is another special move that I won't get into. Basically, if you time everything right, you can block and react to your opponent's attack, but don't worry about that. So you can block it, or you can just, once again, kind of with the zone star shot moves, you can once again try to knock the ball just away from your opponent so fast that they won't be able to catch up to it. But with the special super move, if you do decide to aim it at your opponent and they're not able to block in time, or they time the block wrong, you will instantly break their racket. There is no 3 hit points, none of that bullshit. The racket is getting broke, baby. If you're able to do that 2 times, then you win the match. And shit feels pretty fucking awesome, man. Watching the motherfucker just bang, go back, and see their racket just fly off across the screen. It's pretty dope. It makes you feel like you're doing a fatality in a Mario game. That's the basic gameplay, you know, options and stuff like that. And like most Nintendo games, it's easy to get into, hard to master. Like hard as fuck to master, okay? Like the fuck. Anybody can pick up and play Mario Tennis Aces, like pretty much any other Nintendo game. But then when you want to take it to that next level, that next level is waiting on your pimp, okay? You understand me? That's when the charge shots come more into play, managing your meter like a fighting game almost comes into play, and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's a real dope and deceptively deep experience. So it can kind of go as deep and as hardcore as you wanted to go with Mario Tennis Aces, man. So that was dope. The things I liked about the demo was the typical shit. Like, I like the Nintendo characters, I like the feel, I like the atmosphere, I like the graphics. Of course, I'd be remiss to mention that it does do 60 frames per second, bitch. You know your buzz about them 60 frame game, yeah. 60 frames all day, baby. So you know Nintendo ain't gonna steer you wrong with the frame rate. Like I said, the controls are tight. But speaking of the controls, what I didn't like as far as the gameplay went was just the actual movement controls. The game relies heavily on the charge mechanic. And once you start charging, of course, like most games, when you charge up, you can't move that fast. You can't really move much at all. But the game seems to automatically put you in a charge shot mode. Like, even if you tap whatever button you're using to return the ball, it's charging instantly. And that is the point of the game, is to charge up your shots to build up your super meter, but sometimes you just gotta be able to react fast enough to get to the ball. And there were a lot of occasions where I just wanted to hit the button to swing my racket, and my guy was trying to hit you with the ring of fire, you know what I mean? Like, but chill out, bro. Just hit the ball. That's one thing I really it didn't click with me for some reason, was the movement. Also, moving on court, like going left or right or whatever direction, basically switching directions, it seemed to be a lot more difficult than it needed to be. In other tennis games, I can't recall, at least in the arcade ones like virtual tennis, I can't really recall having an issue changing directions, because you know that's tennis, right? So if you don't know, in tennis, every time you send the ball back across the court to your opponent, what you're supposed to do is return to a reset position to get ready to chase the ball wherever it's going to go whenever your opponent returns it back to you. And how do I know that? How do I know that? Well, I tell you a little story, right? So, like when I was a kid, right, this nigga trying to holler at my mama, old crusty motherfucker too, trying to holler at my mama, and he was a tennis coach, you know, and this was back during the height of Venus and Serena, back when they was at the prime of their popularity, when they were just winning everything, and all the black kids decided that, oh, I want to play tennis now. Never gave a fuck about tennis, thought tennis was lame, until some black bitches started winning. Now I want to play tennis. So he trying to help my mama. He was a tennis instructor, He said, hey, your son can have free lessons. My mama never gave up the booty. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I wouldn't know. Me and my mama, we got a real tight relationship. She never gave up the booty, but goddamn if he didn't give up them tennis lessons. So that's how I kind of understand the basic concepts of how you're supposed to play tennis at a very, very novice level. In Mario Tennis Aces, you don't have the ability to just to go, left and right. Hold up. As fast as I would like. Now, I don't know if I was missing something or if it was just the competition was just kicking my ass online. But I'm pretty sure I'm right, because when I would play against somebody that was like brand new, like absolutely fresh to the game, they would have the same struggles as I did when I first started. It was like, what the fuck is up with the movement? This is not like what I feel like I should be able to do, I'm not able to do. Especially when you're thinking about, actual human movement during the game of tennis. You want to run left, you run left. You want to run right, you run right. And Mario Tennis Aces, it didn't feel that fluid. It's like once you were going in a direction, you were kind of committed until you stopped and then went to the other direction. And if your opponent was able to read that, you're done for. So anytime I was trying to reset my position, I ended up getting scored on because I was like thinking real tennis and they were thinking Mario Tennis. So that's one aspect that I didn't like about the game. The second aspect that I didn't like about Mario Tennis Aces was the character balance. So as far as I can tell, I think let me see, you had all-arounder, technical, defensive, powerful, and speedy. I believe so. I'm believing those are the 5 archetypes to each character. So every character kind of has a unique feel to them, especially into those 5 different categories. So for instance, Rosalina, I think that's her name. If that's not her name, fuck you. But Rosalina, I believe she could like curve shots like magically, because she floats on the court. She don't even touch the ground. Nigga, she be you know what I'm saying? She be floating around and shit like that. But then you had Chomp Chomp, Chain Chomp, Chomp Bomp. What the fuck Chomp Chomp name? I'm gonna call him Chomp Chomp, the big chain ball head motherfucker. I think his name Chomp Bomp, Chomp Chomp, Chain Chomp, something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the nigga of the Mario universe, the real black. He look like Blackface, like the story Adadon. Shouts out to Pussy T. Anyway, let me get back to the game. Chomp Chomp, he seemed to be able to like charge up his power meter exponentially compared to any character I had available to me. I didn't play the demo but for so long, and the characters are cool, but Chomp Chomp just seemed to be able to charge up like way faster than me. So for instance, I'd be at like 50% meter, Chomp Chomp I'd be at 100%, and then I get to 75%, Chomp Chomp will be done used up that 100% and then gain another 100%. Now, I will give some of that to skill and know-how, because a lot of the people that I was going up against at the time I got around to playing the beta, they were like top tier. They had thousands of points. I mean, they had to be playing fucking Mario Tennis Aces non-stop. Shout out to you tryhards. I've been a gamer a long time, so I can see those kind of discrepancies. And basically what I'm trying to say is I hope that the character balance isn't too fucked up between each individual character, because I hate to have OP characters and those be the only characters you go up against online. That'll suck. So I'm hoping that it was just my skill level and not the actual balance between the characters, because if it is, that's gonna really like ruin the online aspect of the game if you can't just pretty much pick any character, master that character, and still be able to, you know, go online and wreak havoc and shit like that. As far as my dislikes, that's pretty much where it stopped. If I do pick up the game when it actually releases, I'm hoping that there'll be more people playing the game, so that way if I go into like matchmaking or whatever, I'll be evenly matched with my opponent. Because when I did come across games where we had about the same amount of points, I could tell they only just started playing the game like me. It was fun. It was a lot of, you know, back and forth, like real thick action, just the way I like it when I'm online playing a competitive game. And it was fucking fantastic. So I know that's gonna be dope if the matchmaking works out. And also, you know, just local multiplayer is gonna be fucking crazy, fucking dope as fun. So dope as fun, dope and fun as hell. If you have anybody that's actually interested in playing the game alongside you. So I got my own personal gripes. Anybody that follow Shawty, y'all know your boy ain't the best at competitive online gaming. That's just my downfall in life as a gamer, sadly. But I'm hoping that my skill, or lack of thereof, was the actual issue, not the game being imbalanced. Anyway, that's what I got to say about Mario Tennis Aces, the online beta tournament gameplay. So, you know, you guys make sure you check out some more videos on YouTube and stuff and see what they got to say about it. Maybe their opinions different than mine. But overall, I think the game is going to be fantastic. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to score in the 8 to 9 range on all your favorite review websites and stuff. And if the budget allows, I may pick it up and check it out and give like a full welcome to it impressions on the channel. And give like my final verdict about how I feel about the game and stuff like that. So you guys make sure you stay tuned. Of course, you know you can follow me on YouTube. Well, at Solo Gaming World. You're probably already there. You can find me on Facebook.com/KingLand Media, Twitch.com/KingLand, Mixer.com/KingLand, Twitter @ShawtyKIng, and the Instagram be coming on soon. I'm gonna post that shit right now in this part of the video. You can probably see it right now. So we're gonna make sure you guys be able to reach out and touch your boy any way that you like to, you perverted motherfucker. Of course, man, y'all make sure you hit your boy up in the Discord. All the links and stuff is in the description. And I just appreciate you guys sticking it out with your boy, being patient. I know y'all be like, damn, this nigga dead and he fall off the earth. No, I'm still here, bitch. You know, we just making it shake, you feel me? Making magic happen around this motherfucker, all right? So anyway, you know how it go. Games, tech, success. The fuck else you need? A goddamn round of applause for Pusha T. Putting y'all light-skinned, waffle-colored Negroes in y'all place, boy. Pusha T, we need more like you, big dog, all right? Anyway, I'm out there, bitch. Yeah.